continue with the director of Decipher. Give it up for Eddy. Eddy, welcome here on stage.
Thank you.
Our nominees had 5 minutes, but well, we asked you to give a keynote, so you've got 8 minutes.
Yep.
Starting now. Good luck.
Absolutely. And it feels like a marathon, so stay with me until that break and the promised Heineken. I want to talk a little bit in these 8 minutes about the future of cybersecurity. We heard a couple of times today that you want to step out of the shadow, and I want to shed some light on where that future could be heading to. That which future will be bright, of course. We just learned that Aart will be our new Minister of Cybersecurity under Dick van Schoof. I saw it on his iPad. But there will be changes in cybersecurity and for your role as well. And I want to talk about your changing role in this wonderful domain. But first, about the now. Well, I think it's safe to say there's a transition going on in cybersecurity. I think the previous speakers and the nominees already talked about the shift from cybersecurity to cyber resilience. Cyber resilience more as an organization problem, as a more inclusive problem. Assume breach and the boardroom should be on board, as Bibi already mentioned. But some things won't change. A lot of the tools, a lot of the process will be still in place, even in a cyber resilient paradigm. And I think it is time for a new transition. And I think it's necessary. I hear from a lot of you, a lot of CISOs, they say to me that they feel that they are in a rat race. Patch after patch after patch, new tool after new tool after new tool, new vendor after new vendor, and so on and so on. They feel that they are maintaining and repairing very thin dikes against the water in rain and storm. That should change. How does that inform me? I'm responsible in the Netherlands for public-private collaboration on cybersecurity innovation. That's quite a mouthful, but what I do is I set up programs together with the cybersecurity industry, with organizations that you work for, together with the government and research institutes, to go ahead to have really structural new cybersecurity solutions. Incremental innovation, that's what we do a lot. We go from tool 1.0 to 1.1, 1.2, and so on. So we constantly have new versions of SOCs, of CERTs, of pen testing, of CTIs, boardroom programs, behavioral modification programs, awareness programs, and so on and so on. Is this incremental, step-by-step innovation necessary? Yes, it is. Is it sufficient? I don't think so. Not if you really want to step into the light from the shadow. I think there should be a more radical approach to innovation. And we should do that quickly. We should do in the Netherlands to prevent vendor lock-in from big tech in America or doing business with disputable countries. And I think we can do that. But how should we do that? I will present one moonshot idea in cybersecurity, which relates to artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. What is needed is that we want to go really serious about design, security by design, security by default. These are not just fancy principles, but they should make really our systems resilient to attacks. And not only afterwards, but also these principles should apply during building the software. In the long term, this shift to left in development, in software development, will lead to systems that can protect themselves autonomously, are self-healing, and require less or no intervention from cybersecurity professionals. This transition to autonomous systems built in by design and not as an afterthought, as much of the security is now, is not new. Think about the autopilot in the aviation industry. I think Bibi mentioned the planes as well. But also autonomous control systems in your new Tesla or other EVs. Or autonomous production and distribution lines in the production automation. There's also visible trends in our sector, the digital sector. Zero-touch system, autonomic computing, and so on and so on. It will change from automizing repetitive tasks to also self-thinking, autonomously acting systems that adapt also in unknown systems. How does that apply to cybersecurity? Well, I think we are up to a fundamental transition in thinking about cybersecurity. It concerns using these autonomous self-healing software in IT and OT. In software, of course, but also hardware, as hardware is increasingly virtualized. Think cloud computing, think digital twins. It concerns critical systems and non-critical systems, as defined in the new Cyber Resilience Act. And to achieve this, it will not be easy. We have to do it together, and that's one of the reasons I'm here. This is my call to action also to the CISO community in the Netherlands. I want you to participate and collaborate on many of the topics that the previous speakers had mentioned before me, but I also really need you to increase and speed up the innovation in the Netherlands. Much of what you know is real-world knowledge about threats, our adversaries, the new tools, and so on and so on. That information, although it's shared a lot in the ISACs, regional and sectorial communities, is sparsely landed in the innovation circles. I really want your help to translate what you know and help researchers, government officials, and so on, setting up programs that shed light on very safe, inherent, secure digital landscape for the Netherlands. So this is my call to action. You'll be hearing from us, and good luck today stepping out of the shadows. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Eddy Boot. Eddy, thank you.